Mani Pandey, thank you all for your presence today and a warm welcome to an evening filled with fun, hopes and so much love. Today is not like any ordinary day. It's a day when every member of the CSE unite as one heart to celebrate the 25 glorious years of our existence. Before we begin the day's events, let us take a moment to thank our ruler, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said Al Said, and the people of this nation for making us a part of their diversified society and abundant hospitality. We would like to commence the day's celebration with the customary tradition of lighting the lamp, a symbol invoking the presence of the Almighty and warding off all darkness. May I call upon His Excellency Mani Pandey, Dr. Suad Mubarak Al-Fori, Mr. Wilson B. George, Mrs. Siddiqa Abdul Majid Al-Lawati, Dr. Satish Dumbyar. May I request Mr. Baby Sam Samuel and Dr. Analpa to kindly escort the dignitaries.
It was indeed a beautifully rendered song. It is faith alone that helps us travel through the hardships of life.
This is a time to reminisce on the phenomenal march of development of CSE. I take this opportunity to call Mr. Babysam Samuel, DIC, CSE, to deliver the welcome address. Mr. Babysam Samuel has been appointed as the new DIC in this Jubilee year, and under his leadership, CSE has transformed into a modernized facility. Sir, I welcome you to the dais.
Guests of honors, respected dignitaries, well-wishers, teachers, parents, and my dear children, a very good evening to one and all. There are many words in the English dictionary that expresses a feeling of happiness, but there's one word, bliss, defined as a perfect happiness, and that sums up the profound joy that we experience from the happiness of our children. Ladies and gentlemen, today for the coming couple of hours, I welcome you all, one and all, to experience this bliss. There is one philosophy within CSE that makes it an unique educational establishment in the Sultanate, a home away from home, in its truest senses, providing the same nourishment, love, care of a parent. Way back 25 years, even when the mainstream Indian schools were in infancy in identifying the educational and therapeutic needs of differently abled children, there were this bunch of volunteers, I would call them the visionaries. We have few of the notable founding members with us today. They joined together hands with a common goal to create a center for the special needs children. That's how we started our center. Over the years, CSE has evolved from a voluntary initiative to a professionally equipped, well-qualified resources with subject matter expertise. This Jubilee year, the center has witnessed tremendous transformation. We have physically renovated and modernized our center from wall to pillar to chairs to equipment. We have a new persona today in our logos, in our interiors, in our communication. We have the latest technology on our side. We have introduced tablets for teaching aid. We have a new website. We have a new portal for parent-teacher interaction. A new school management system to be implemented shortly. We are releasing our first newsletter today for enhanced interaction. We are in the process of implementing out-of-the-box therapeutical initiatives like the CSE Cafe, Paralympics, a learning disability center to be opened up shortly. We also, as a center, has moved from a person-oriented operation to a process-oriented one. The ISO 9001:2015 certification is a clear preamble to this. We have transformed in tangible and intangible ways. But ladies and gentlemen, what has not changed over the last 25 years and will remain unchanged will be our undiluted sense of responsibilities towards the holistic development of our children. Join me today in welcoming our guests of honor and distinguished well-wishers. Before we start honoring our guests, I would like to make a special announcement. As we and our children and our center, our bouquets are also special today. They are chocolate bouquets and are the creation of our children, Master Ishan, Master Arjun, and Miss Vibha. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to these amazing talents. Our first guest of honor today is His Excellency Indramani Pandey, India's ambassador to the Sultanate. Her Highness Dr. Sharifa Khalid Faisal Sai, educational expert, Ministry of Education. Moving to our next guest of honor, Dr. Swad Mubarak Al-Foli, Director of the Technical Office for Studies and Development, Ministry of Education. I welcome our next guest of honor, Sheikh Kaniksi Dr. Das Kimji, Patriarch of the Kimji family as well as the Indian community. It is with pleasure that I introduce and welcome our next guest of honor, Mrs. Siddiqa Abdul Majid Al-Lawati, Director of International Schools Office, Ministry of Education. Next I welcome Barakat Mubarak Al-Harthi, the Omani athlete and literally the fastest man in the Sultanate, as well as GCC. We now come to our next guest of honor, Mr. Vincent P. George, Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. It is with pleasure that I welcome our next guest of honor, Dr. Satish Nambiar, Chairman, Indian Social Club. Our next guest of honor is Mrs. Muna Abdul Majid Al-Lawati, the Head Section of Special Education Schools, Ministry of Education. I welcome Mr. C.M. Najib, Vice Chairman, Board of Directors, Indian Schools Oman, to this gathering. I extend a hearty welcome to Mr. Kiran Ashar, Managing Director at AnniversaryCeremony Contracting and Trading, and a member of the Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. I also take this opportunity to extend a hearty welcome to my respected colleagues from the Board of Directors, Mr. Mohammad Faisi, Dr. C.K. Anjan, Mr. N. Oman, Education Advisor Commander Matthew Abraham, and Assistant Educational Advisor Dr. Alex C. Joseph. I welcome some of the best academic brains out here, the principals of Indian schools in Oman, and vice principals of various Indian schools in the Sultanate. I also welcome the SNC presidents, member of school management committee, previous board members, especially Mr. Tony Alexander, who has been the ex-chairman board of directors. We also have amongst us the head of institution of Pakistan and Sri Lankan School. I welcome you, sirs, to this occasion. I extend a warm welcome to the CEO of Oman Road Safety Association, Mr. Ali Ahmed Al-Barwani, Mr. Renu, General Manager, Abdul Zalosi, Indian Social Club Community Welfare Convener and Social Activist, Mr. P.M. Jabbar, Group Head Sales and Expat Services Director, Mr. Ramkrishnan. Apologies if you all haven't taken any names and dignitaries and well-wishes present today. Last but not least, I would like to welcome all the teachers, parents, and my dear children to the 25th anniversary celebration of Center for Special Education. On behalf of every child at the Center for Special Education, I welcome you, one and all, again to the Silver Jubilee celebrations of CSE. Thank you.
Presenting before you, Ms. Madiha, Ms. Sharinya, Master Sagar, and Master Namit, accompanied by Ms. Pooja and Ms. Lorraine.
Thank
His Excellency Shri Indramani Pandey, the Indian Ambassador to the Sultanate, is a family-oriented man whose compassion and generosity reflects in the genuine interest he takes to build relationship across the Indian diaspora in Oman. May I welcome His Excellency to address the gathering. May I request Commander Matthew Abraham, Educational Advisor, BOD, to escort His Excellency to the dais.
Your Highness Dr. Sarifa Sheikh Kanak Sekhimji, senior officials from Ministry of Education, members of the Board of Directors, members of SMC Committee, principals, vice principals, teachers, parents, and above all the boys and girls assembled here together. A very good evening to you all. I am delighted to be here to join this celebration, the special occasion, the 25th anniversary of Center for Special Education. As was mentioned, it's a momentous occasion, and it will be a milestone in future development of the center. We started this ceremony by lighting a lamp, and I believe through education, we light the lamp of knowledge in our children's lives. But it's not only about knowledge that we impart to our children through education. It's also about imparting them wisdom to know what is right for them and what is wrong for them, what is good for the society, what is not good for the society at large. It's also about giving shape to their dreams so that when they grow up, when they are out in the society, they are able to realize their dreams. To be able to achieve all these goals, we need to keep our children in the center of whatever we do in our educational institutions, in our planning, in developing our curriculum, in training our teachers, and above all, in devising the strategies through which we can remain focused on the children. That's why it's so important that for children with special needs, in fact our Prime Minister likes to call them Divyang, children who have special faculties developed for them by God. For their education, same principle that will apply. If we keep them in the center of the education system, then we'll naturally realize what kind of strategy we should follow, what kind of tools we need to use, what kind of curriculum would suit their needs. It's very satisfying for me to learn that Center of Special Education, while completing its 25 years, has kept this very principle in mind and has been successful in imparting education to many of our children. I congratulate Center for Special Education for your accomplishments, and I wish you more successes in future. I'm sure you'll have continued support of the management of the school as well as all the parents and above all the children. From the embassy, we'll continue to extend our support to your center, but not only your center, we support all our educational institutions here, because in our schools we are shaping our future citizens, who would shape the future of our country. And that's why it's very important for us to attach a very high importance to our educational institutions. Here, 19 Indian schools in Oman, they have been playing a splendid role in imparting education to children of our community. And I think that's a single factor why our community has continued to grow in Oman, because somewhere there is an assurance that our children will get good education, even if we are not in India, even if we are staying in Oman. That assurance is very important for the families, for the mothers and fathers. And our educational institutions, our schools have lived up to their expectation. I hope in future too our schools will continue to live up to the expectations, continue to evolve their educational strategies because the world is changing faster than we realize. The new technologies, the new way of doing things, the revolutions that we are experiencing on day-to-day basis, it's truly a different age that our children are living in, and they would be working and living their lives in a completely different age than what we can imagine today, with all the advances in technology, particularly artificial intelligence and some other cutting edge of the technologies. I have been underlying this in all my interactions in Indian schools here, that we need to prepare our children for that life which they are going to live, not the life that we lived as students or as grown-ups. And we need to equip our children for the new age, the age of technology. So one important attribute essential for our schools is to be technology friendly and let children use all the advances in technology so that they are well equipped to handle them in future. With these words, I would like to again congratulate Center for Special Education for completing 25 years, for your accomplishments, and also wish you the best for the future. Thank you again for inviting me. I am happy to join your celebration.
Thank you, sir, for sharing such thoughts of wisdom with us. We are pleased to announce today the launch of a new initiative from CSE, a quarterly newsletter that will contain information and updates on the various aspects and activities of CSE. May I call upon Mrs. Siddiqa Abdul Majid Al-Lawati, Director, International Schools Office, Ministry of Education, to release our very first edition. May I request Dr. Analpa to kindly accompany her. Mrs. Siddiqa, a very compassionate person who has been very close to CSE and shares a great bond with our organization in her professional and personal capacity. May I kindly request Mrs. Siddiqa Abdul Majid Al-Lawati to release the newsletter. Our ex-students, Roshan, Hasna and Mayur, will be distributing the newsletters to the dignitaries.
Cultures grow on the vine of tradition. CSE, as an institution, is on the journey of special education, hand in hand with several other organizations, one of which is Al-Wafa Rehabilitation Center, an initiative of the Government of Oman for educating and training children with special needs. CSE shares a very special bond with the Al-Wafa Rehabilitation Center. We now have on stage the wonderfully talented students of Al-Wafa Rehabilitation Center with a dance reflecting the rich cultural heritage of Oman.
لكفوفك سلام إحساس وحمام لكفوفك سلام، إحساس وحمام دمت الأعمان الوطن نبراس. كل سنة انت نور سيدي يا نور، الولاء الكلمة القابوس. يحفظك مولاي
العمر اللي جاي،
يحفظك مولاي بالعمر اللي جاي، تفتديك أرواحنا قابوس. كل سنة انت بخير سيدي يا خير، للتهاني الأرض ذي والناس قابوس.
كلنا معك توكل سيدي قابوس، خطوات المجد البعيدة كلنا نمشيها، دام راسك المعظم عالي عروس، ما لها بظهر صعبها وخافيها.
كلنا معك توكل سيدي قابوس، خطوة المجد البعيدة كلنا نمشيها. كلنا معك توكل سيدي قابوس، خطوة المجد البعيدة كلنا نمشيها. دام راسك المعظم عالي عروس، ما لها بظاهر صعبها وخافيها. دام راسك المعظم عالي عروس، ما لها بظاهر صعبها وخافيها. شور منك سيدي نعم مدروس، نهتدي به لحضرنا في تواليها. كل شور منك سيدي نعم مدروس، نهتدي به لحضرنا في تواليها. كلمتك قدام يرعاك الولي ومحروس، يدك البيضة غمرنا كل ما فيها. كلمتك قدام يرعاك الولي ومحروس، يدك البيضة غمرنا كل ما فيها. كل ما زادت خطى الزمان الصعب دوس خطوك سيدي أقوى بمباديها. كل ما زادت خطى الزمان الصعب دوس خطوك سيدي أقوى بمباديها. بكل مسنا سيدي العطا عظيم الشموس، بك رجع العمان عزها وماضيها. بكل مسنا سيدي العطا عظيم الشموس، بك رجع العمان عزها وماضيها. يحفظك مولاي بالعمر اللي جاي، يحفظك مولاي بالعمر اللي جاي، تفتديك أرواحنا يا روح. كل سنة انت بخير سيدي يا خير، لك تهاني الأرض دي والناس
A big hand for a truly spectacular and mind-blowing performance. Next, we have a video presentation that is very close to our hearts.
खिलखिलाती जिसमें है अपनी खुशियाँ, चांद की छलनी लिए तारे चुनते हैं हम, जादुई है ये जहां, नहीं कोई गम, बंदे हैं हम उसके, हम पे किसका जोर, उम्मीदों के सूरज निकले चारों ओर, इरादे हैं फौलादी, हिम्मती हर कदम, अपने हाथों किस्मत लिखने आज चले हैं हम। आसमां की छत पे है अपनी दुनिया, खिलखिलाती जिसमें है अपनी खुशियाँ, सूरज की पलकों तले धूप बनते हैं हम, जादुई है ये जहां, है नहीं कोई गम, बंदे हैं हम उसके, हम पे किसका जोर, उम्मीदों के सूरज निकले चारों ओर, इरादे हैं फौलादी, हिम्मती हर कदम, अपने हाथों किस्मत लिखने आज चले हैं हम। आसमां की छत पे है अपनी दुनिया, खिलखिलाती जिसमें है अपनी खुशियाँ, चांद की छलनी लिए तारे चुनते हैं हम, जादुई है ये जहां, है नहीं कोई गम, बंदे हैं हम उसके, हम पे किसका जोर, उम्मीदों के सूरज निकले चारों ओर, इरादे हैं फौलादी, हिम्मती हर कदम, अपने हाथों किस्मत लिखने आज चले हैं हम।
The bond between India and the Sultanate of Oman has been of secular, multicultural, and vibrant nature. We now have on stage the students of Indian School Salalah with a dance portraying the strong bond between the two countries. We highly appreciate these students for coming all the way from Salalah to be part of our celebration.